Major League Wrestling, MLW, 8 p.m. Eastern Time Fridays on beIN Sports. The Stud Stable. How did that origination start? And was it back in the 1980s? Was this your brother's Ron's idea that started the Stud Stable?
My brother Ron worked in his early years as a heel, and he worked as a Tennessee stud. And so he developed a group of bad guys and called them the Stud Stable. And that was kind of limited to one area around Knoxville, Tennessee. Some of that Jarrett used over in Memphis and Nashville and that area, but most of it was limited to the Knoxville area, so people didn't get a chance to see that much unless they lived in that part of Kentucky that got television out of Knoxville. And we had a little territory that we ran out of Knoxville that was, we had some of the greatest talent, in all of history that worked for us there. But we were limited in scope to how many people could see us or knew us. That later on, my brother retired early, and he got in the hockey business, and I took over that Tennessee stud genre, and I took it everywhere. I was in Texas, all over Tennessee. I was just everywhere, and then I went to work for WCW, and they wanted to really pursue that stud stable thing, and so I had the greatest stud stable of all time in WCW. It was outstanding, and I'm very proud of that. But I had a chance then to really push the name Tennessee Stud, and then going on with Parker and being able to really do something with this stud stable theory. And my brother, he looks back on it, he says, "Oh gosh, it's just like people don't know him well because he didn't work WCW, he didn't work for WWF, WWE, and so you just kind of get lost in the crowd." It's what happened to my father, what happened to Mike Graham's father, Eddie Graham, and so many of my friends that their fathers were big promoters and everything, that they just kind of got lost in the crowd after the NWA shut down.
Well, when you're talking about Stud Stable, some of the names I was reading, it's a who's who. I mean, unbelievable. With Jimmy Golden, your cousin, who became Bunkhouse Buck, Sid Vicious, Cactus Jack, Dutch Mantell, Gary Young, Primetime Brian Lee, and then in WCW later on, as you mentioned, you had Bunkhouse Buck, Jimmy Golden again, Mang, Dick Slater, Terry Funk, Arn Anderson, and even before that, I believe, I don't know if he was a member of the Stud Stable, but you even managed Stunning Steve Austin, who we all know became Stone Cold Steve Austin. So right there, when you look at some of the talent, it's just an incredible assortment of talent that you worked with and they worked with you.
Yeah, right. It goes on. There in WCW it was Rick Rude and Paul Orndorff, and I had so many guys, but they would just have me go buy guys off for matches, and that added them to the Stud Stable, but not for long periods of time, but long enough that I was involved with them, so that took them on as Stud Stable members, and so I touched on so many guys in WCW. It was really crazy, but I had a great time there, man, and it was wonderful. I had a great year of work with Vince in '98, and I enjoyed that thoroughly also with Jarrett, who they just put in the Hall of Fame this year.
When you were doing that, you were with WCW, and before that, you had your own career in the ring. That was very successful. You teamed again with cousin Jimmy Golden. I always mention Bunkhouse Buck because more people, obviously, with the WCW exposure will know Bunkhouse Buck. But you were tag team champions with Jimmy Golden. You did well in the singles wrestling, and then you became a manager. So I was wondering, did you prefer one over the other? Did you enjoy the wrestling more than managing, or you liked the managing more than wrestling?
It all came in its time. That when I was a young fella, I was a handsome young fella, and I was called what they call in this business white meat. That I was young and good looking, and so they could put me in scenarios with real bad heels, real bad guys, and boy, I'd spell for them like crazy, and then the promoters liked the way that I would sell the match and sell these bad guys, and so I'd take the beating of a lifetime, and then come back and somehow win the match, and it was something that I was good at, and I really enjoyed doing it. It's like going out and painting an artistic picture. Every night that I'd go in the ring, I got this bad guy. People hate him like nothing, and I'm going in there and I'm going to get him over. But usually, I'm going to wind up winning because they're going to say, "Hey, the kid spells so good, and we're going to take him and just beat him and beat him and beat on him like that, and then take him and beat him." That then it's not worth anything. But later, then as I got older, hair started to gray a little bit. We were running our business in Alabama, and I said, "You know what? I'm starting to get a little older here, and maybe I'm better off as the heel." And so I made that switch, and when I did, my life just changed. I found out that I really loved the business more than I'd ever recognized because I was really good at being this bad guy, being this heel, and that's where my future in the stud stable started. Right about then, I turned heel. My brother retired, and I started just running the country, romping on everybody as the big Tennessee stud, the bad son of a gun, and I just loved it. I mean, it was great. And then later on down the line, when I had an opportunity to go to WCW and actually just manage, I was wondering, am I going to miss any of this or anything? But you know what? I was in the thick of things so much and dealing with so many good characters and so many good guys I was working with that I found out, you know what? I think I love this more than any of the rest of it. And so I look back at my 40 years of wrestling and say, boy, everything the good Lord must have been with me because everything just fell in place for me. And I've just had a little bit of taste of everything. So I've been a lucky man.
Lucky man, and the fans have been lucky as well. And you could see Colonel Rob Parker doing his managerial thing with Major League Wrestling, which is 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Friday nights on beIN Sports. You had mentioned Jeff Jarrett because, like you said, you did spend a brief time in WWF, we know as WWE today, as Tennessee Lee, which was a similar character to the Colonel Parker character that you did, and you managed Jeff. I'm just wondering over your whole career, and I'm not going to ask you to pick one, you could have several, because you probably do.
Yeah.
Who did you enjoy working with the most?
God, man, that is you know what? I'm going to say I have a little bit of my dad, or a lot of my dad in me, that I like real tough business, and I like tough guys. So when I worked and I ran the stable for Jarrett in Tennessee, I had that guy, and that's old Mick Foley, and I fell in love with this guy. I said, "Good gosh, he just has no limits to the way he's destructive to his body." And I told him so many times when we first started working together, and I said, "Hey, my dad would have loved you. He would have loved working with you and having you as one of his guys." And I felt the same way. I had spots with Jack when we did that I would go across the ring with him holding the guy and go to kick the guy in the face, and he would move, and I'd kick Jack right in the face, and he'd always say, "Hey, kick me right in the face. Don't play around." And I always said, "Okay, we'll do it that way." And he'd take a flying bump off on concrete floor, off the apron of the ring, and I'd hear him grunt like an old mule, hit the ground. I'd go down, spread his legs, and stomp him and beat on him because he'd let the guy go. And I mean, we had spots that were just so brutal and he just said, "We gotta do it. We gotta do it." And so I loved working with that character. And Terry Fox, a lot of the same kind of guy. I mean, just a tough son of a gun. I like these tough guys. And I found it in Austin too. That
There were so many wrestlers that you worked with as a wrestler and as a manager, and you mentioned those two. When you think of Terry Funk, you do think of Mick Foley. The two of them had some tremendous battles of their own in the ring that were just amazing. They put hardcore on the map before we knew hardcore in America. They knew hardcore in Japan, but they really put it on the map in America. And just going over some of the lists, Harlem Heat, you had worked with them, with Sister Sherry Martel, of course.
Yeah.
You had the Super Assassins. You had Vader with Harley Race. Harley Race, oh my God. Did you ever get to wrestle Harley Race?
Yeah, wrestling is world